He descended into hell. That always bothered me when I was growing up. Why did Jesus have to go to hell? You know, what does the church mean when, you know, I've heard people say, go to hell. They told me that often. And I confess, I've said that too. You know, when people make me mad, I would say, won't you just go to hell? You know, I mean, you laughed, you said, you know. Or he hadn't said it, he thought it. You know. He descended into hell. You've got to remember what that means. Is that from the very time that Adam and Eve ate the apple and they were dismissed from the garden, the gates of heaven have closed. They were closed to all of the saints of the Old Testament. They were closed, and no one was permitted to enter into the vision of the pearly gates. But they stood there outside the gates, waiting for the Messiah, waiting for him to come. When he descends into hell, he descends into the realm of death, proclaiming the gospel, the good news, to the saints who had been imprisoned there, to those Old Testament saints like Moses and Ruth, like Sarah and Abraham, like David, those saints whose names are legendary, whose stories are told in memory, to rescue them. He did not send into hell the condemned, or hell to destroy the hell of damnation, but to those saints of the Old Testament, those men and women who had lived out their realm of faith, waiting for the Messiah. He descends into that place to gain for them their rightful place. An early Christian writer once said, "Today is a great silence remains on the earth. A great silence, a great stillness. A great silence because the king is asleep. The earth trembled and is still because God had fallen asleep in the flesh and has raised up all those who have slept since the world began. He has gone to search for Adam, our first father, and Eve, our first mother, and for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, greatly desiring to visit those who love in the darkness, in the shadow of death. He has gone to free the sorrowful, to release the bonds of Adam, to free the captivity of Eve. He who is both their God, the son of Eve, the son of Mary. He who would say, I am your God, who for your sake became a son. I order you, O sleeper, to awake. I did not create you to be a prisoner in hell. Rise from the dead, for I am the resurrection. I am the life. I love that old story. And I've used it in my Easter homily all the time. I found that in the Catechism. But I use it because I think the poet, the preacher, summarizes so faithfully. So the New Testament testifies that Christ is God. But it also testifies that he is risen, that he has conquered death. And his resurrection becomes a significance. Paul says to the Corinthians, if Christ had not been raised from the dead, then our preaching is in vain, and our faith also is in vain. The resurrection confirms what Jesus has taught. It confirms us of his divinity. It confirms us of who he said he is as I am. I am the Son of the living God. I am the Christ. He invites us as disciples to enter with him into paschal mystery, to allow us to be liberated from our sins, to have hope in the resurrection, and one day to experience new life. Christ's resurrection is the source of our resurrection. He is the first fruits, Paul says, of those who have fallen asleep. For as in Adam all die, so in Christ all are made alive. So our destiny is not how long we're going to live on planet Earth. 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. That's only a short time compared to eternity. Our destiny is that we must not lose sight of the goal to which we are destined. And it's so easy in a world of noise and bright lights to lose focus on the destiny. Article 6. He ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of the Father. He took them to a mountain, the 11. And the Gospel writer Matthew says that the last thing he told them before he ascended to the right hand of the Father: go ye therefore and make disciples of all the nations. Teach them everything that I command you. Know that I am with you always, and baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. His ascension to the right hand of the Father, he becomes the new priest, the high priest, who is now takes his rightful place in glory and in honor and in divinity. So now we see him as the one who has risen, his glorified body. He still has the nail holes, Thomas, come and put your fingers in the hands, put your hand in the side. But it's that glorified body that immaculate body that feels no pain, that will never experience death again, that exists before all ages. The one who is glorified by the Father takes his seat in the Messianic kingdom, takes his seat in the heavens to fulfill the words of the prophet and to call the apostles, to call the disciples, to call you and me to be witnesses. To be witnesses. Not so much about how we say or what we say, but more important, about how we act. For actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. From there, he will come to judge the living and the dead. Article 7. He will come again to judge the living and the dead. What is Judgment Day going to be like? What is it going to consist of? I think that was a question that the early church had to answer, because they were thinking that Judgment Day, the second coming, was going to come right now, in their lifetime. He's gone. He's not going to stay gone long. He's going to come again. And he's going to come soon. So what do we have to do in order to be ready when he comes? How are we supposed to live in order